the Bowels of Netflix, where your fearless co-hosts Isaac and Larry force each other to watch the worst pieces of shit on Netflix. We will go over every bad edit, all the broken dialogue, all the wooden acting, and laugh along the way, because this is the Bowels of Netflix! Alright, welcome to the Bowels of Netflix. I'm Isaac, and with me as always is my fearless co-host Larry. How are you doing this week, Larry?
I am just wonderful. Isaac, how are you?
I am feeling like crap, because I had to watch Teenage Bank Heist. Why?
What kind of name is that? I mean, it screams out at you, just inept shit filmmaking.
It's a Lifetime made-for-TV movie.
Is it? I didn't know that.
It's like Perfect Sisters, where it sneaks up on you. You didn't realize it was a Lifetime movie.
I'm so happy now.
Now, if you had to guess, what's my rating out of 10 for this movie? Because I'm going to let you know right off the bat.
Is it in the negatives?
No.
0.
It's between 0 and 10.
0.
It's a 4.
What?
I know. This is a weird one.
No, you fooled me. You fooled me.
It's a Lifetime movie called Teenage Bank Heist. You get what you bargained for with that
name. Fuck. God damn it.
And there's plenty that's bad about it.
You fucking idiot.
And you gotta let me know if I'm out of my mind. Because I don't know.
How dare you like this?
Maybe I love too much. Anyway, we are the Bowels of Netflix. Every week, one of us makes the other one watch the worst movie they can find on Netflix. And every once in a while, we like the movie, begrudgingly, against all logic.
Big money restless.
And I didn't like this. We'll get into it, but there's enough that works. Okay, but if you want to interact with us online on social media, Twitter and Facebook are both at Bowels of Netflix. You can tweet us, twat us, twiddle us. Let us know how great you think Teenage Bank Heist is. You can send us an email at bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com.
If it's a 4 out of 10, delete the podcast. You're not welcome here.
Make sure to rate and subscribe and give us 4 out of 10 stars, or better, because we're pretty great. And
I had a mouthful of water when you said that.
And if you want to recommend us to any of your friends and or enemies, that would be excellent. And without further ado, Teenage Bank Heist. It is a Lifetime movie, so it's trash. It is trash. It feels like a Lifetime movie. It's acted like a Lifetime movie.
They have a definite feel.
They really do. And just this smug fucking platitudes and fake emotions. So there's plenty to bitch about. This came out in 2012. It's not very well reviewed.
Shocker.
Seen. I couldn't find a budget or more or less anything. Its IMDb score, based on 432 user ratings, is 55%. So that's the Lifetime movie crowd. And Rotten Tomatoes audience score is 46% based on only 37 reviews. So very few people bothered. And they kind of liked it. That's not much better than my rating, actually. 4 out of 10. That'd be 40%.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty fitting.
So
how do movies like this end up on Netflix?
I guess they need something to do with them.
I mean, like when you and I started this, we had a brief fling with this show 5 years ago. Netflix was like 75% trash.
Yeah.
Now it's pretty good overall, but then there's stuff like this.
I bet
How
Lifetime
is this on here?
I bet Lifetime has an agreement with Netflix where it's just whatever.
Are there more Lifetime movies on here? I need to research something.
Larry, when we do our Christmas episodes, you're getting yourself a Lifetime Christmas movie.
No.
There's
Isaac,
plenty of them.
Isaac, no. Isaac.
Yes.
Isaac, I'll suck your dick.
Is that a threat?
I'm not sure yet.
So, and this
dick.
This movie's bracketed with crap. It starts crap, it ends crap, in the middle it's alright. It's really weird. So, we open preposterously on a blonde teenage girl lying in the middle of a field. There's dramatic music playing, and $100 bills are in slow motion fluttering down around her.
I
raining
believe
from the sky.
when they're not in a bank, they're just called Benjamins.
Just Benjamins?
Yes.
Okay. So 100 Benjis, we'll shorten it.
Yeah.
Benjis are fluttering down like rain. It's raining Benjis. It's what the cool kids are saying. Oh, God. So she reaches up and touches her head, and her hand comes away smeared with blood. Oh, no.
She's getting one of those vampire facials I hear so much about.
The camera pans back to reveal that a truck is on its side in the middle of the field, and we see a gunman laying prone on the ground. The gunman dramatically stirs and reaches for his gun. Teenage girl gets up and starts running, provoking a shaky cam foot chase. During this, the gunman's face is obscured throughout, and his identity is left a mystery.
I don't like that you're assuming it's a man.
Correct to assume, because and it's full, like, covered. You can't see anything about it. You can't tell, like, body size, body type. Total mystery. So,
yep.
Yeah. It's a fucking teenage girl. It's a fucking surprise.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Teenage Bank Heist.
Right. Why have the mystery when the title's Teenage Bank Heist? I don't know.
I cannot get over how terrible of a title it is.
It's so bad.
It says what it is. That's it.
It is a Lifetime movie.
Your last movie was called A Hungerford, and that was fucking weird.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a movie about President Gerald Ford being hungry, and it wasn't.
Would you watch Gerald Ford suck down cheddar sausages for an hour and 30 minutes?
At what age? Because a young man, Gerald Ford, because he was in look up pictures of Gerald Ford as a young man in a football uniform. He was a piece of man meat. So that would just be sexually confusing. But if he's in office or older, I would definitely watch it.
That's my own joke. I need to die. I'm just dead, man. I'm dead. I got nothing left. This show has sucked all the life and cum right out of me.
You gotta stop blowing you before we go on air.
Yeah.
So right as the gunman catches up to the teenage girl, we get a sudden black screen and a title card that says...
Because I saw the first maybe 3 or 4 minutes of this movie. He's got a fucking gun. So clearly he's not trying to kill her.
Yeah, there's a reason.
He just would have shot her. Or,
there's a reason.
He.
Well, and actually when it comes up later, because we basically get a replay of the scene where we can actually see the person, they don't grab the gun. I don't think. Well, maybe they do. I don't know.
What?
Anyway, we'll see.
All right.
It's not consistent. So yeah, we get a title screen that says 44 minutes earlier. Now we cut to the teenage girl who had the bloody head in the opening scene. She's going to be referred to as teenage protagonist, or protagonist teenager. I might swap back and forth. I kind of forget.
Man, I'll tell you what. You're a brave man. You're a braver man than me. You pick some long-ass fucking names.
I know.
I would get sick of typing them.
Yeah.
When I hear somebody's name, it's like, how can I make that shorter, or what can I copy and paste?
Yeah. I should just do find and replace. Just like Bimbo, and then find and replace with teenage blonde protagonist with a pig nose.
With a pig...
a little bit of pig nose.
You got a nose thing. I kind of want to look at my picture of your wife's nose now.
Look, if I'm going to come in a hole, I want it to look good.
You're sick. You're sick and wrong. You're sick
Just
and wrong.
a little bit. Hi, Mom.
Does she listen to this?
I hope not.
God, I hope not. I hope your mom listens to it.
Okay, so teenage girl arrives late to the bank that she works at. Her mom also works there, and we find out her mom got her the job. And they have some mind-numbing lifetime mother-daughter banter about how the teenager's always late for work, and she's always staying up all night long online with her friends, and she's not enrolling in college.
Ugh.
This is all interspersed with footage of a armored truck, presumably on the way to the bank. Mom and daughter resolve their little argument where they have a cute moment, and the teenage girl says, "No, Mom, you're not corny. I love you." And it's touching and adorable.
That's corny.
Yeah, exactly. But immediately upon saying that, with shitty slow-mo, 2 Masked gunmen walk into the bank
Or
and
gun
begin
women.
chloroforming people. Science alert.
It's back!
Chloroform, even in a perfectly measured dose, takes several minutes to render someone unconscious. So the traditional rag to the face and instant passing out is not accurate.
You know what, audience? He didn't have to look that up.
Although because
That's
I
the
looked
fact
it up,
you find out between trial and error. Oh my god, he's got a knife. Oh, it's a pen.
science fun fact, it's the pen that started our friendship. Yeah.
Is it really?
You gave it to me. No. What? We started our friendship with butt sex in a truck stop.
Oh god. I did think you were gay for quite a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
awesome.
you told me you were.
Oh, yeah, probably.
You told me you were. The first thing you asked, you said, "Hi, I'm Isaac. How's your penis?"
Right, yeah, I did
And
used to greet
I
people
said
like
something
that.
like, "Oh, that's," because I was like 14. I'm thinking you were.
You're making me sound worse than...
I
16.
was just barely 16, I think. And I was a fresh-faced young teenager. Hi, my name's Larry. I'm new here. I'm just going to work a girl. Hi, I'm Isaac. I'm 39. How's your penis?
Shut up, you.
No, but you told me you were gay for
I
quite
forgot
a
all
while.
about that.
And then, yeah. Then I saw you with a girl, and I'm like, oh, I thought I had a gay friend.
Oh. I'm sorry to disappoint.
Failed me yet again.
Hey, there's still time.
Science fun fact. I apologize. I interrupted
Yes,
with
science
my
fun fact.
talking
I
about our
learned
penises.
Queen Victoria did use chloroform as an anesthetic during her last 2 pregnancies.
Huh.
Now you know.
All right.
So
I don't know what to do with that information, but I am kind of glad I have it.
the gunmen, who are definitely men and not teenage girls, have voice modulators to make their voices sound all deep and Superman-y. They force everyone into the bank vault, but at the last second, one of them grabs teenage protagonist and forces her to help them shove money in bags or whatever bank robbers do. The
Why would
armored...
you pull the laziest fucking thing in that bank? Not even knowing that she was late and is a twat. Why would you get the laziest being who's going to do the slipshottiest job?
Well, if you are potentially going to have a hostage, an attractive teenage girl is probably going to get the most attention.
I guess.
You need to start thinking like the criminal mastermind you're going to be.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on.
All right.
You can dream it, you can do it, Larry.
I can. You too can kidnap teenage girls. Don't use that for our scissor reel.
The armored truck finally pulls up at the bank. The gunman, definitely a man, not a teenage girl, tells teenage protagonist to accept the truck and act like normal. So the gunman tase and chloroform the armored car guy as soon as he enters the building.
Why'd you have to fucking act like normal?
So he can walk into the building and not pull his gun out.
Okay.
And then they pop out from around the corner, chloroform.
All right, fair enough.
So the other guy in the armored truck radios the guy who's now unconscious and asks if all is clear, and he gets no response. So he starts getting a little agitated. Meanwhile, we see Mom inside the bank vault with all the other bank people, who's now fighting with her boss, who is kind of pissy to the teenage girl for being late earlier, but that never really comes up again. Fighting with her boss to get the key to leave the vault. I don't know why you'd need a key to leave the vault, because you shouldn't be designed so you could get locked in there and suffocate and die, but whatever.
Yeah, anyway.
So she ends up swatting the key out of his hand and flees the vault.
Okay. Oh, God. 4 out of 10, huh?
It gets better.
Uh-huh.
One of the gunmen, while this is going on, this is all concurrent. It's crazy bank robbing, teenage bank heist, excitement, action, thumping, something. So one of the gunmen, definitely not a teenage girl, definitely a big burly man with his voice modulator, runs outside and shoots the guy from the armored car and begins stealing money from the back of the armored car. The armored car guy has a bulletproof vest on, and he seems fine. He crawls away to safety and radios the cops for backup. Inside, the teenage girl and the other bank robber, gunman, totally man, not a teenage girl, sees...
Again... How did you keep typing that?
Well, I didn't type that part.
Okay.
That one I'm ad-libbing.
Oh, fair enough.
Teenage girl sees a friendship bracelet on the wrist of the hulking man who is robbing the bank. And suddenly... Yep.
Fucking... Are you... Kids, if you're gonna rob a bank, don't wear things you own. Cover up your neck tattoos. And be a goddamn smart person.
Well, okay, that's the other thing. Because they're covered head to toe. Because you're not allowed to see that they're actually big burly men and not teenage girls. So you can't see any skin at all. Which means the friendship bracelet is over top of the sleeve that is tucked into the glove. Yes.
Sorry, he put it on.
Yes, the big burly man did. Yes, he did.
Fucking kids, just don't. Just exist and shut the fuck up. God damn it. God, I hate teenagers.
So, teenage protagonist sees the friendship bracelet and recognizes, or gives a knowing look to the big burly man in the mask. And, like, stands up and, like, looks close into their weird ski goggles. I don't know, something. Whatever. And says, "Why are you doing this?" And is, whatever, knows who it is, probably. Okay, so the robbers flee, taking the teenage protagonist with them. In the getaway van, all three robbers, because one of them was driving the getaway van and the two from inside the bank, they all pull their masks off, just right away, with the hostage able to see all of them.
But,
And, Larry, here's the twist.
We're gonna have to...
Are you ready? Remember the big burly men?
I'm literally going to get on the edge of my seat.
Do you remember the big burly men that robbed the bank?
Yes.
They're actually teenage girls.
Oh, shit!
Yep. Didn't see that one coming.
No, man, I didn't see it coming.
Out of fucking nowhere.
You know, I'll tell you what. If I'm being honest, I thought it was kind of weird. It was called Teenage Bank Heist. If it was Big Burly Men, I'm just saying. I thought it was a weird title choice. Now it all fits.
Yep. Well, Penn Jillette directed it, so the title, was going to be super meta.
What are you talking about? Is there something about Penn Jillette I should know about?
I love how you've blocked that out of your life.
Blocked what out of what life?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about Penn Jillette.
So the teenage protagonist recognizes them all from school.
Oh, yeah. One would think they would know her then, right? They
sure do. The robbers argue about taking teenage protagonist...
Is it me? Am I the idiot?
Well,
is it me?
Yes, but I don't know why that's relevant.
All right, fair enough. You're not wrong.
They start arguing about why they bother to take a hostage in the first place, and teenage girls banter.
Teenage girl banter.
We get more shitty slow-mo, a symptom of bad movies, as the FBI agent enters the bank. And I'd like you to guess the name of the... Well, guess name, race, gender. Or vice versa. Or
do you mean, am I naming the character or the actor? Or the character or the actor? Okay. Well, a black male named Murphy.
Murphy's a good choice if it was a black male. That would definitely be it.
Okay, so it's a white male.
Hispanic woman.
Hispanic woman.
Hispanic woman.
I really fucked up.
Progressive. But I want to see
Rodriguez.
Very close. Mendoza.
Yep.
Those are the two options.
That's the other option. Yeah,
exactly.
Really. You beat me to it.
Okay, so yeah, Mendoza's the fucking FBI agent.
How clever.
Yep. So back to the getaway van. One of the robbers says that the teenage protagonist is not going to tell the cops who they are because she basically helped them plan the robbery. Teenage protagonist then looks dismayed and looks over at the girl with the friendship bracelet and says, "Oh my god, you mean last week when you were asking me all those questions about the bank, like what hours I worked, how many employees there were, what time the armored trucks arrive, and the make and model of the alarm system? That wasn't just because you wanted me to help you get a job?"
What, is that how she says it? Like that is that a quote?
Oh, fuck. The internet broke for a moment.
Okay, I couldn't tell if you were in stunned silence like I am. Was that a quote?
everything except the make and model of the alarm system. But up until and including when the armored trucks get there.
But what? And this, of course, is a classic. Our favorite thing about movies is when they tell, not show. Why would I want to fucking see any of that in a movie?
Exactly. They wanted to start with the hot opening with the fucking fluttering Benjis, as we call them, because we're cool.
Fluttering Benjis.
Oh, God.
4 out of 10. Really?
It starts. Well, I'm probably wrong. Protagonist grabs the wheel and sends the van tumbling down a grass embankment. They've pulled off the main road onto a dirt road, shortcut, whatever, lose the cops. So no one sees them crash. Now we see news coverage of the robbery, and it seems that over $1 million was stolen. Special Agent Mendoza starts to interview the mom. We get the whole shtick where Mendoza...
So generic.
Yeah. I forgot to mention, when Armored Mom breaks out of the vault in a full suit of armor, and she runs out to the getaway van just as it's pulling away, while the armored truck guard is raising his gun to try to fire at the van, but because she doesn't want him to accidentally shoot her daughter, she smacks his gun out of the way.
Okay.
So, right, yeah, I don't know, protective mother instinct, whatever, but...
Sure.
So, we get the whole shtick now where Mendoza yells at the mom for doing that, and mom says to Mendoza, "Do you have any kids?" Mendoza pauses, says, "No." Mom says, "You could never understand why I did what I did."
Lifetime movies. It's always mothers who love their kids.
Being a parent just transcends any kind of logic, and you have to defend baby all costs. I'm not a parent yet. I plan to be at some point in the terrifyingly near future, even though that's still a couple years away, but fuck's sake. I don't know if I'm going to get that feeling. I'm going to love it, but...
I'll tell you what, a very good friend of mine just gave birth not long ago, and I was there a couple hours afterwards, and I was holding the tiny little squalling, screaming, pterodactyl noise-making infant. I'm pretty sure I'd kill a motherfucker who does anything to that baby, and I am like an honorary uncle.
This is true, but...
It's also tiny and can't protect itself. If I had to deal with it at 2 years old screaming and pooping and kicking, and then at 16 screaming and pooping and kicking, I think I'd want it to...
But also just the line too of like, yeah, no one who's not a parent could ever fathomably understand why a parent would be defensive.
And that's such a common thing for so many people.
Okay, so Mendoza seems to be wondering if the teenage protagonist was involved in the robbery, if it was an inside job, and if even possibly mom was involved as well. That's sort of the internal logic. She doesn't voice that to the mom yet. Mm-hmm. But we get the sense of it. We get a flashback of sorts to the opening chase with all the fluttering Benjis.
The bank robbers they're gonna end up, they're doing this for fucking a reason. They're not villains. They're gonna end up being tragic heroes, aren't they?
Well,
aren't they?
Yeah, you got the first twist, but it actually gets a little interesting. The first twist is cliche. You got it already.
Yeah, of course.
But, okay. So, flashback to the opening chase scene. We now see the pursuer is the friendly robber with the friendship bracelet. So, the friendly robber chases teenage protagonist and tackles her and pins her to the ground. And yes, I got a little hard.
Teenagers, Isaac? Teenagers.
They're going to college.
They're
college girls gone wild. I'm allowed legally to enjoy this.
It's the protestations that really do it,
Larry,
for me.
You see a teenage girl, a college-age teenage girl pinning another college teenage girl to the ground and holding her arms down.
Look,
you sit there with a flaccid cock and tell me I'm wrong.
Don't you talk to me about my Google Chrome history.
Okay, we find out protagonist got suspended from school for fighting while she was defending the friendly robber from bullies in the locker room. Whatever. Okay. They're all friends. They're all good people. Whatever. But there's a mean robber. Mean robber is the one who tried to shoot the armored car guy. And now she grabs the gun and shoves it in the protagonist's face and forces her to go pick up all the scattered Benjis from their fluttering down. The neutral robber, I'd like you to guess what color she is.
Black?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, of course.
The all the characters who are sort of important and drive the plot forward are white. The one character, well, Mendoza's Hispanic, but she's the agent. They have to be minority. The only character of the main cast that is a minority is the one that doesn't matter and really doesn't have any plot. She's just there.
Hey,
her leg's broken too. She probably has a name, but her leg's broken, so she's physically hindered. Yes,
they lowered themselves to giving the minority character a name. I wonder what that's like.
Yes, that's a little better than last week from fucking Hijab Girl number 3.
I'm still fucking mad about it.
I forget her name though, honestly.
She didn't. Oh, you mean the black guy? Oh, okay. I was about to launch into a rant.
I want to say Aunt Jemima.
What are you doing? Seriously.
I'll mark down the time. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's very funny. Me reacting is funny, but
I know. I can't help myself sometimes. Okay.
It's good for the laugh. We just might not want to. I'm so sad that shucking and jiving is racist.
I know, it's the best
I want to keep using it.
Special Agent Mendoza reviews the security footage from the robbery. She sees the moment the protagonist and the friendly robber share when the protagonist recognizes the friendship bracelet on the friendly robber and gives her a look and says, "Why are you doing this?" Mendoza's assistant looks exactly like a young O.J. Simpson. So he will be referred to now as the Juice. And very unfortunately, the Juice never comes up again.
Aww.
I know, I was so upset. As soon as I saw him, I was like, I'm calling him the Juice, this is going to be great. And he has 5 more seconds of screen time and doesn't do anything important. I was very disappointed. Okay, so
wife,
the 4 girls, the 3 robbers, mean robber, neutral robber, friendly robber, teenage protagonist are all in a field with the truck tipped on its side. They got a sack that's filled with the Benjis now. Mean robber calls her boyfriend to pick them up, and he shows up in his I have a big cock bullhorn. I'm sorry, I meant F-150. It's a Ford pickup truck.
Hey, I license trucks for a living, and that is actually what we call it. That's an insider term.
The mean robber... Oh, this is weird. There's so many weird things. Friendly robber seems surprised that the boyfriend showed up so quickly. He's like, "Don't you live across town?" And he's like, "I know a shortcut." Ugh. And he's this big fucking meathead who's got like fucking tribal tattoos and he's wearing a muscle shirt. Jackass. And the way the scene is shot here, it looks like mean robber and boyfriend get in the Ford F-150 and drive off, while friendly robber, neutral broken leg robber, and teenage protagonist hobble off across the field in the opposite direction, presumably to get neutral robber, broken leg girl to a hospital. Meanwhile...
her leg is freshly broken.
Yeah, and they make some comment about, it looks like the bone's almost popping out of the skin, but she can basically walk. And you don't even see blood.
Of course.
It's stupid. I don't think they used any fake blood in the entire movie, despite multiple people getting shot later. We'll see.
Naturally. Oh, good.
It looks like they're splitting up, the 2 groups now. And meanwhile, an old lady, some old grandma lady, across the field is like going for a walk and sees this from the distance. So we have a witness now. Okay, cut back to the bank. Mom, just to recap, Mendoza, special agent for the FBI in charge of this teenage bank heist investigation, suspects that the teenage daughter and possibly the mom might be involved as an inside crew on the bank robbery. Nevertheless, Mom, alone in her office, with unfettered access to the security camera footage, zooms in and enhances, which is not a thing, but whatever, on the footage of the friendship bracelet to high resolution, and prints out the screenshot of it, and leaves the bank, even though she's on the list of potential suspects.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. 4 might have been high. I'm thinking that might be high. There's a couple plot holes.
I'm starting to wonder, because you've seen this has happened a couple of times where you've come in, a little more even-tempered, and then talking about it, you start to hate it more and more. Is it me? Is my natural hate for all existence just literally rub off on you?
No, I don't, maybe, but it's something about vocalizing it, because when I'm watching it and I'm typing it up, like, the movie sucks you into its own logic, and things almost kind of make sense, because you're kind of following along in the story.
Yeah, that's fair.
But when I'm actually explaining it to you, who hasn't seen it and has not been immersed in the logic of the story, that's when it all starts to break down and makes me angry.
Start to realize when somebody who has no idea what the fuck is happening starts asking you very valid questions, and all just goes to shit, huh?
Pretty much. Oh, God. I think I just
prints
vomited
it
a little.
out. Just zoom, enhance, and print.
Yep, so many things wrong with it. All the things are wrong. Okay, so earlier it looked like they split up, but apparently they all rode together in the Ford F-150. Great. The 3 robbers, the boyfriend, and the teenage protagonist arrive at the friendly robber's house. Friendly robber, alone, goes in first to her own house to see if the coast is clear? I don't know why. But whatever.
Right.
Sure, fuck it. She notices the back sliding glass door is unlocked, and there's a few muddy footprints in the kitchen. But she just notices it quick, and we move on. And then the rest of the people come in, they're all in the house. We find out, finally, as basically you surmised, the reason they robbed the bank is because someone kidnapped Friendly Robber's dad and is demanding a $500,000 ransom.
Aha. Tragic heroes.
Right, yes, tragic heroes. They didn't really need or want to commit the crime, but they did out of desperation.
Of course.
They do a decent explanation of why she didn't go to the authorities, because the robbers said they have connections to the Mexican police, so they'll hear the chatter if... Whatever. They tell the FBI, or the local cops tell the FBI will tell the Mexican police will tell these people. There's a modicum of logic there. That makes movie sense. Stop laughing, Larry.
I refuse. Carry on.
Okay, so a boyfriend's counting the money. Teenage protagonist and friendly robber attending to neutral robber with the broken leg about her broken leg. Mom shows up at the house. This is friendly robber's house, because she recognizes the friendship bracelet from the zoom and enhance picture she printed out and took away from the crime scene.
So Mom knows her?
Yes, because her and teenage protagonist are very good friends.
Right. Don't wear your friendship bracelet to fucking robbery.
So they all see that teenage protagonist's mom is pulled up. Mean robber pulls teenage protagonist into a bedroom with boyfriend with neutral broken leg bank robber. Holds a gun to teenage protagonist's head, threatens to shoot her, and threatens to shoot her mom if her mom walks into the bedroom. So the friendly robber grabs the... Okay, so there's 2 bags of money. She has one duffel bag that they got from inside the bank, and then the mean girl has another bag that she filled from the armored car. The boyfriend is counting that stack on the kitchen counter, and he doesn't want to shove it back in because he's already started counting it, or some nonsense. But anyway.
See, they're just lazy. They're lazy people.
He ends up shoving it back in his bag. He runs upstairs with his bag. Friendly robber takes her duffel bag, shoves it into the kitchen counter, and goes to answer the door alone to talk to Mom. She plays dumb, but the mom is convinced. that it was her because she recognized the friendship bracelet. And they do a thing where the mom sees the friendship bracelet still on Friendly Robber's arm. Friendly Robber says, everyone wears friendship bracelets. It's not mine.
Oh, God. It's fucking 4 out of 10.
I think there's a noise upstairs, and so Mom's about to leave or whatever. There's a noise upstairs. Mom runs upstairs. The 3 girls go... So, God, this is fucking confusing. Mean Robber... Neutral, broken leg robber, teenage protagonist all go hide in the bathroom of the bedroom. Meanwhile, boyfriend lays on the bed and gets up when mom bursts in and pretends to be friendly robber's boyfriend, including kissing her and squeezing her ass in front of mom.
Oh, God. And let me guess. Mean Robber's looking in from a crack in the door. Is going to get all pissed off about it.
We don't get that, because this is the chunk of the movie where it's starting to turn a little. It's going to get interesting.
Turn what? Turn what? Say it. Say the fucking words. Say it turns good. Good.
Turns okay.
Turns
okay.
All
it's
right.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
We'll see. So yeah, apparently seeing a little making out and grab ass is enough to convince mom that she was wrong the entire time and mom's gonna leave. But just before mom leaves, she notices a post-it note on the counter with the location of the drop-off. And she's like,
Rob Bank.
oh, what's this?
Rob Bank Thursday, smiley face.
Coyote Pass at 4 p.m.
Coyote Pass.
I know. 12 miles off the interstate. What's this? And Friendly Robber plays, oh, my dad's a real estate developer. Someone's building condos.
Who walks into somebody's house and starts asking about their post-it notes?
Well, someone who thinks you're involved with a bank robbery and kidnapping your daughter.
She doesn't think that anymore.
Is she?
Friendly Robber's upstairs playing grab ass with her quote-unquote boyfriend.
But you gotta wonder. Larry, you're not a parent.
You
You don't know how much a parent loves their child, Larry.
Suck your fucking dick. I'll fucking do it.
You know, if you tried as hard as you couldn't suck this dick for at least 70 minutes. And by that I mean it would take you 70 minutes to get down here. Not that I would last 70 minutes in your soft, pretty mouth.
I thought you were just trying to fool me into blowing you for 70 minutes.
No. I'm saying you're in another state.
I totally could.
And your dick sucking threats won't work because I can go hide in the shed. Fuck, I gave my hiding place away.
You know the instant I knock on your door, your wife's going to be like, he is in the shed, here is the key. Take a shovel and finish the job.
Yeah, suck his dick so I don't have to.
God.
Okay, where are we? Yes, so, Mean Robber and boyfriend. Now, okay, so mom leaves. They all come back out. Mean Robber's angry and cranky and pissy, and she and the boyfriend decide they're going to just take all the money. And leaving them with no ransom because fuck you and your stupid face, you friendly robber bitch. Whatever.
Okay.
Mean Robber wants to kill all of them, so there's no witnesses. Boyfriend convinces her not to do it. It's not worth it because
How did the robbers know each other? Are they friends?
I guess they all went to the same high school. The girls did.
Oh. There's a lot of people I went to high school with I would not rob a bank with.
Yeah, it's never explained. It probably should be. But Mean Girl seems to be, like, you know, tough bad girl with street cred, so they probably reached out to her to, like, get guns or whatever.
It's really cute how you fill in the blanks the movie left. It's cute how you do that without being prompted.
They tossed me breadcrumbs. They left.
Look at that. Isaac Early, satisfied with crumbs. Like the fucking peasant you are.
He's not wrong, folks. He's not wrong.
So,
while they are driving away... Okay. See if you can see some twists coming up.
Okay.
Got any twists for me? Because we got a couple twists and turns coming up fast, hot and fast.
I don't... currently, no, I don't have anything particularly. They're like, boyfriend convinces Mean Robber not to kill them off. Mm-hmm. And everyone else is just kind of hanging out until the drop time, I guess. So yeah.
Boyfriend and Mean Girl grab the money, and those two leave.
Oh, okay.
They grab both bags and leave.
They're gonna run into Mendoza. I don't know.
Nope.
I don't have anything for this right now.
This is where it actually does get mildly interesting. It's not great, but this is why I felt like a 4 out of 10 for this, the middle.
You better sell it.
Middle. So while they're driving away, Mean Robber starts talking about how they're going to throw all the money on the bed and then fuck on the money, whatever, but it's
She's
a Lifetime movie, so they don't see that.
Or shoot him. Yeah.
She opens the bag, and it's filled with paperback books.
Oh,
twist.
Oh, you mentioned them switching bags around earlier.
That's yeah. So they turn around, speed back to the house, and Mean Robber's loading up the gun. They're going to kill all the people. And while this is all going on, Friendly Robber is talking to Broken Leg Neutral Robber and protagonist teenage girl that they need to get away because they're definitely going to kill them when they come back. So they leave in their car seconds before the Ford F-150 pulls back out of the house. Well, the three good girls now, Friendly Girl, Neutral, Broken Leg Girl, teenage protagonist, are in the car. Friendly Robber pieces together the facts that Mean Robber and boyfriend must have been planning on taking all the money the entire time. And the reason the boyfriend was able to get to the car crash so quickly was because he wasn't at his place. He was waiting at Friendly Robber's house. He broke into the house through the sliding glass door. He left the muddy footprints. He was going to ambush them when they got there with the money. But because the car crashed, he had to go pick them up, and they had to do a change of plans. So when Friendly Robber went into the house alone to check if the coast is clear, which, yeah, that part doesn't really make sense in the first place, she switched out her bag of money with paperback books, because she knew this was going to happen.
So that's compelling to you, huh?
I wouldn't have expected this level from a Lifetime movie.
I mean, okay.
4 out of 10's not much.
Yeah, 4 out of 10 is still a failing grade.
4 out of 10 if I was hanging out like Thanksgiving morning at my family's house and someone had this trash on, I wouldn't walk out of the room and like masturbate in the backyard or something. I would sit and watch it.
All right.
I wouldn't be happy about it, but I wouldn't have to find something else to do.
All right.
So Friendly Robber tells protagonist to get out of the car in a back alley somewhere. Get out of here. We got you into too deep into this mess.
Get out of here, boy. I don't want you anymore.
Exactly. Run, be free. Protagonist asks Friendly Robber if she plans to go to the ransom point alone, without any protection, without anyone else, without even a gun. Friendly Robber has a gun anyways. Fucking whatever. I think, no, she still has a gun. No, but because they said something earlier where they were yelling at Mean Girl for actually having live ammo, because they weren't planning on having live ammo, but apparently all the guns have live ammo. Okay, 3 out of 10. We're at a 3 out of 10 now. We're going down.
Yes!
Fuck. So Friendly Robber says, look, my life is over. I'm going to prison no matter what, but at least I can try to save my dad, but you need to get out of here. But teenage protagonist decides she's going to stay and help her friend, because that's what friends do. And
friends who rob banks together stay together.
We should rob a bank. Fuck, evidence. Don't record. We learned that from Hungerford. Fuck. Okay. So they drop Broken Leg Robber off at the hospital. Okay. All right. Okay. There's a couple other things I wasn't going to mention, but then I have to mention it. So Mendoza, and this is where we do see the juice.
All right,
very
she's still in
again.
the movie.
Yeah. Mendoza has tracked the robbery to the overturned van in the field.
Okay.
Somehow. Forget fucking how.
Oh, I mean, an
She and the
overturned
juice are
van
there.
is pretty... Oh, the juice is there!
The juice
He's
is there.
back!
He basically says nothing. But I wasn't going to mention this, but it's horrible point of logical inconsistency that I just had to bring up. So Mendoza's talking to the old woman who witnessed the people. And she looks at a picture of teenage protagonist and says, oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that was her. And then just as old lady's about to leave, she pulls out like a folded up like ancient picture of a little boy from like the 1950s or something. It's a black and white picture. And then suddenly, she's all Alzheimer's-y. She's like, oh, my son went missing earlier this morning. Can you look for him and let me know that he's safe? And Mendoza's like, I'll get right on that. I'll give you a call, ma'am. And then at which point, yeah, so whatever. Tear-jerking lifetime bullshit. The Jew says, you can't trust her testimony. And then and then Mendoza says, my grandfather had Alzheimer's and he would go in and out of lucidity, whatever. So, I can listen to some of the stuff she says. And the Jew sneers and says, that's not admissible in a court of law. But it doesn't have to be admissible in a court of law. They're just trying to find the suspects. They're not gathering evidence. They're just finding the people to especially resolve the kidnapping and find suspects.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you follow leads, even if it's from an Alzheimer's patient, because that's all you fucking have. Doesn't matter if it's admissible in a court of law. The juice, goddammit. Glove doesn't fit. You must have quit.
I was going to say, there's just too many jukes.
I'm dying.
I didn't know where to start.
Oh, boy. I wasn't even going to bring that up. Oh, God. 2.5.
Wait, Marco. Oh, wow.
Oh, boy. Okay, so now the girls drop broken leg robber
Their
off
panties.
in the hospital.
Oh.
drop it.
Oh, sorry. Thinking about the porn. I don't remember what we were talking about with porn.
Stop
we were talking about
porn while we're recording.
I've been vigorously masturbating.
So, because Mendoza has the completely admissible in a court of law testimony from the Alzheimer's patient that a black girl hobbled away with what looked like a sprained ankle or a broken leg, now Mendoza puts out the APB, are those the right letters? All Points Bulletin, there you go.
Yep, APB.
To all the hospitals, you see a black teenage girl with a busted up leg, let me know. So as soon as they drop her off at the hospital, a big hulking guard comes up to teenage protagonist and friendly robber.
Are you sure it's not a teenager with a voice modulator?
Actually, no, I'm not. No, it's one. I think we've seen him. He's like one of those extras. I think he's been in another one of these stupid movies.
Really?
Or I know I've seen his face before.
Is he like an ex-wrestler or something?
It's possible.
I have to look now.
He's got a scraggly, stupid goatee and a big shaved head. He looks like if the Rock's mom had drank a lot of alcohol during the pregnancy.
Who's to say she didn't?
But, so he starts chasing the girls.
God damn.
And they shove a gurney in the middle of a hallway, which he tumbles over. And apparently that breaks literally every single one of his ribs. Because he just rolls around on the floor in pain and cannot get up, even though he fell 2.5 feet. And he's a grown, hulking, muscular man.
Of
who
course
is a security guard. Oh, Lord.
Fuck's sake.
So the hostage takers call friendly robber, tell her the ransom just went up from $500,000 to $1 million because they saw the news coverage saying the bank robbers got away with $1 million. But friendly robber and teenage protagonist only have $600,000 because they only have the one duffel bag. Mean robber, the boyfriend, have the other $400,000 in their bag. So they don't even have $1 million to give to the ransom guys.
All right.
And we get the line, what are we going to do? We can't rob the same bank twice. And teenage protagonist gives a look. And I really thought they were going to go back to the bank and rob it again, but it's not that dumb. Not that
I was
dumb.
gonna say, if that is what they did and you gave this movie a 4 to 10, I was seriously going to quit.
Cut to the boyfriend's house, where Mean Robber is trying to convince the boyfriend that they need to steal back the rest of the money from Friendly Robber. He says they don't have time, they have to take the money and leave for Reno right now. Meanwhile, Friendly Robber protagonists pull up on their block, a couple houses down from them. Now they're planning to steal the rest of the money back from boyfriend and Mean Robber, so they have the full $1 million for the ransom. Cut away from that hot action to Mendoza, interviewing broken leg robber at the hospital, but she apparently likes law because she has a character and knows she doesn't have to say anything without a lawyer present and won't talk. So that's her little, hey, I actually have a character. I like the Constitution. So Friendly Robber and protagonist hatch a plan to steal the money back from Mean Robber and boyfriend. Yada, yada, yada. Protagonist lures boyfriend Mean Robber to her car, parked a block away, pretending to be on the phone as Friendly Robber. Oh. While Friendly Robber sneaks around back of the house to get the money from inside the house. Once Mean Robber and boyfriend get close to the car, protagonist honks the horn twice, which is the message to Friendly Robber, and she speeds away, and suddenly Mean Robber realizes what's going on and runs back to the house with her gun drawn. And just as Friendly Robber is about to run out of the house with the money, Mean Robber and boyfriend come back, and Friendly Robber barricades herself in the house, and then Mean Robber and boyfriend start searching the house, sweeping it with their guns. Friendly Robber hides in a closet and then pops out and hits boyfriend in the head with a crowbar. Cut to protagonist outside, who hears a bunch of gunshots and runs into the house like a moron. She doesn't have a gun. Fucking whatever. Turns out Friendly Robber had to shoot Mean Robber and boyfriend to death in self-defense.
To death.
To death.
Okay, see, now that's a little interesting. It's very Lifetime, but that's a little interesting.
Exactly.
They're going to Lifetime it up, I'm sure.
Protagonist picks up the gun.
Oh, she's going to be that. She's going to. Friendly Rober's going to decide she has to turn on the best friend, and she's going to be the one chasing her later. Got it.
We'll see. Protagonist picks up the gun, and they grab the rest of the money and leave. They get out to the car. Friendly Robber is a little shaken up because she just killed 2 people. Yay.
Nope, shaken villain.
The girls rationalize that the bodies will just look like a drug deal gone bad because apparently they were drug dealers anyway, and they don't really have to worry about it. It's all good.
Definitely not.
Yep, nope.
Fucking idiots.
Mom now visits Broken Leg Robber
This
in the
bitch
hospital.
is still around. Why couldn't she get shot?
All Broken Leg Robber will say to Mom is that, look, all I'm going to say to you is that this will all be over in 45 minutes. And the mom glances to the clock, which says 3:15, and she flashes back to the post-it note, Coyote Pass at 4 p.m. No! So she heads out to Coyote Pass. Mendoza, who was following the mom to the hospital, follows her to Coyote Pass, all without Mom knowing. So now it's a train. They're all going to Coyote Pass. None of them know the other ones are going.
I'm going to run a train on a teenager. Got it. That's what I heard.
College-age teenager. Please clarify. Thank you. The girls arrive at Coyote Pass and get out of the car at the blockade and start walking along the trails as they were instructed. Mom arrives a minute later and follows them out of sight, and Mendoza arrives a minute after her, following them again out of sight.
Even more out of sight.
Yeah. And then the Juice shows up behind Mendoza, and the boyfriend's still alive. He shows up behind the Juice. No, okay. It's just Mendoza's the end of the line. I gotta stop lying to you. I gotta stop.
I think what I revealed last week is that we're just both gullible idiots.
Yeah.
By the way, did you watch the Force Ghost thing?
No. No. It's not real. I did. I totally watched it, and it obviously wasn't a Force Ghost. Because that'd be stupid. So, yeah. Good that I know that. Please tweet.
Don't tweet.
Let me know. Let me know.
All right, so Mom, Mendoza, the Juice, the boyfriend, me, Mr. Bedeviled, Fred and Barney, Hardick, and Jesus Christ himself, our Lord and Savior and a white horse, are all in the woods. Did I miss anybody?
I was misleading you. Mendoza is the end of the line. The special agent leading the investigation into the $1 million bank robbing / kidnapping.
Alone. No backup.
Is alone.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Did she tell anybody? No, of course not.
Nope.
Cool.
Nope. So we get some time-consuming and redundant shots of them all walking through the trails and like the Southern California grassy fields. I don't know if it's adding tension or fucking whatever. Stupid. So Mom catches up. I
guarantee you it's not.
Mom catches up to the girls, and they explain the ransom situation to her. And I guess Mendoza overhears this from her hiding spot in the bushes, because she radios in for backup, finally.
Oh, okay. So that just so they can be just a little too late for somebody to get shot. Got it.
You'll see. But over the radio, they say, "Oh, we're 15 minutes out." Or yeah,
they really focus a lot on time. Has it been 44 minutes since that opening shot?
No, the 44 minutes was just getting from teenage protagonist arriving at the bank, because it's 44 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
So teenage arriving at the bank to when the Benjis were fluttering.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Got it.
So it's not all that particular. But
okay, great.
Okay. So Mom tries to convince the girls that they just need to leave, but before much of a conversation can happen, a car pulls up with the kidnappers, which is 3 Hispanic fellows, one of which is a little older, and he is the guy with the ridiculous smile that you see in the thumbnail. I think we talked about that when you gave me this movie 2 weeks ago.
Okay, yeah.
And he just is the weirdest, creepiest grinning face. It bugs the shit out of me.
Mr. Bedeviled.
He's got a bow tie. He's the ringleader, and then 2 younger people are his sidekicks. And
I believe they're called goons in this capacity.
They most assuredly are goons. So the exchange goes off fine. They give them money. They get Dad out of the car. They do the whole thing where they open up a switchblade and like, are they going to stab him? And no, they just cut off his bonds and he walks over, and they start walking away, and the ransom guys start walking back to the car, and like, all is good. We're done.
Okay, give me a second here. I don't know if I just went in one ear and out the other, or if I was furiously masturbating, or why did they kidnap the dad?
To get money?
But she doesn't have $1 million. And she's also a teenager.
If I'm picking up breadcrumbs, it was established earlier in the movie that the dad used to be a rich real estate developer before the financial crash of 2008.
Okay.
So people might assume he's still rich, even though he's lost all the money, and even though their house is nice, they're mortgaged up to their eyeballs, which is why the teenage girl had to rob the bank instead of just like going into the retirement account or whatever.
All right. Do those breadcrumbs, do they fill you up?
No,
you don't feel hungry after that?
They leave me wanting.
Okay, all right, that's good. I mean, that's not good. I would never want you to be left wanting. Of course not. Carry on.
So, Mendoza fucks it all up because she forgot to turn the volume on her radio down.
How many years of FBI Academy do you go to?
She even mentions that she's like been on, because Mom at one point says, "Oh, what do you know about tough situations or whatever?" And she's like, "I've been working for the DAA and FBI for 10 years, and I've been in gunfights, drugs. I'm a professional."
Clearly not.
Yeah, something.
And what comes through the radio? Hey, Mendoza, we're getting Hardee's on the way. Can we get you like I don't know the Hardee's menu. I picked a bad one.
No, it's like, the juice is on the loose. I'll be there in 5, Mendoza.
God damn you.
I could go for some Hardee's. Also in California, where this is filmed, Hardee's is Carl's Jr. So
I've never been either. There's none around where I live.
They're pretty good. There's, if you're ever going to Hershey Park for any reason.
Oh, okay.
There's one I think in Hershey or like near it.
Right.
But they're good. Too fat to ride a horse. Was that this week or last week? That was last week.
It was last week. But you did anyway.
Oh, I did.
That horse is dead now.
It might be paralyzed. Horses can't really be paralyzed without dying, can they? I guess not, right? There's not Christopher Reeves the horse anywhere.
No, they don't get wheelchairs. They get shotgun blasts to the head.
Oh, rest in peace, Sugar.
Not its name.
Oh, boy. Okay, so, radio goes off. And the kidnappers freak out. And they pull their guns, and they're free. Who did you bring? You bring the cops? Mendoza pops out with her gun, tells them they're surrounded by FBI agents and they have to drop their weapons. The two goons are instantly intimidated and lay their weapons down in front of them, raising their hands. But after a moment, when no other cops show up, the leader looks around and says, I don't see any other cops. Where are your friends? They leave you all alone? And that's where he gets his big creepy-ass smile. Fucking creepy. So now, I know I told you this movie was a 4.
Yeah, you did.
And we're down to a 2.5.
Uh-huh.
And this gunfight is the worst thing I think I've ever seen in my life. So
is that so?
We're probably going down a little lower than a 2.5, to be fair.
Now I'm curious. I don't know if I don't remember how much of Code of Honor you watched, but Code of Honor had some really bad gunfights.
I saw a little bit, and then the whole ending thing on the rooftop.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. But yeah, I'm curious how this compares. I may have to go watch it.
The two goons suddenly go for their guns. They're on either side of the big smiling lead dude. Mendoza shoots at them both and hits them both, but one of them takes a shot and gets Mendoza in the leg. One shot is enough to instantly kill both goons. Even though you don't see any blood, they just fall back and they're dead.
Okay.
Instantly.
All right.
The leader freaks out because one of the goons was his son.
Of course.
So he grabs he doesn't have his own gun. He grabs one of the fallen goons' guns.
Are you fucking... He's a kidnapper!
He left it in the car. We'll get to it.
Ah!
He grabs one of the fallen goons' guns and goes to shoot Mendoza. Meanwhile, teenage protagonist, who still has a loaded gun, she just starts firing randomly to try to scare the lead dude away from Mendoza.
Oh, Lord. Don't tell me she hits her mother.
He runs, doesn't hit anyone.
Okay, because it's a Lifetime movie. That could happen.
The four of them, so teenage protagonist, her mom, friendly robber, and her dad are all huddled together behind a pile of dirt.
Yes.
Behind pile of dirt A. There's 2 piles of dirt.
Can you draw me a battle map? I think I might need it at this point.
You might. So, the living kidnapper, head honcho, flees back to his car for some safety. Pulls out some big rifle.
Okay.
I don't know, AK-47, something like that.
Sure. I mean, you're a kidnapper, sure.
Some big-ass gun. It's not loaded. He spends 30 seconds cramming the magazine into the gun.
It's like I have to do everything myself. I have to write better movies, I have to kidnap people better, I have to learn villains how to be villainous. The world is a mess and I need to rule it.
Mendoza is rolling around in the dirt, clutching her leg, behind a pile of dirt number B.
B.
Whatever.
Number B, yes.
She, in desperation, seeing kidnapper very slowly loading a magazine into a rifle, desperately reaches her arm out for her handgun, which has fallen away from her when she was shot. Now, when you see that sort of dramatic tension, she's hurt, she can't really move, but she's trying to reach for her gun. How far away do you think her gun is from her?
It's gotta either be like 12 feet or 4 inches.
20 feet.
Are you serious?
We get the hand reach for the gun that's 20 feet away from her. Well outside of the cover of pile of dirt number B.
I hope he riddles her with bullets. Just riddles her. Just like gratuitous, inglorious bastard shooting Hitler riddles her with bullets.
So Mom
and see, that doesn't bother me because she's a character in this movie and an idiot.
Right.
God.
Mom sees what's about to go down. She sees that fucking Mendoza's not goddamn Stretch Armstrong. And can't get her fucking gun. So, Mom... Mom has a gun now. I don't know if it's the same gun teenage protagonist used, but it looked like teenage protagonist emptied the clip when she was firing earlier. But anyway, Mom has a loaded gun. So Mom stumbles out from behind dirt pile letter 1. Okay, she stumbles out. Bad guy has the gun ready to go, is heading toward Mendoza to kill her. He's loaded up. He's his finger on the trigger. He just needs to get his Mendoza in his sights. Mom emerges, takes several steps toward the guy who's holding the gun. He turns with the gun, looks at her for a moment, does not fire his gun. Mom fires 2 shots into him, killing him. He lays on the ground, dying, whispering in Spanish, "You'll never know how much I love my son." And it comes full circle because she knows, because she's a mom.
Oh, God.
But see, the to make that a little bit badass, because he says in Spanish, like, I don't know, whatever in Spanish, mi hijo, mi lovo, mi hijo. To make it a little badass, as he's dying, all she'd have to do is look down and say in Spanish, "Yes, I do." And then he dies. Fine. That's okay. I'd be fine with that. But she doesn't.
Oh.
They don't even take that bait.
Oh.
And the only thing they get right in the gunfight is once all the people are shot, the mom immediately runs up and grabs all the guns and gets them away from the bodies. So you don't have the stupid scene where someone gets up with the gun. And
right.
So we get that little
somebody learned something.
Yeah, right. They've seen too many shitty movies. We shouldn't do this.
Also, I'm a big fan of plug the corpses once in the head just to be safe. Because really, what do you have to lose? You're already going to get arrested.
Well,
no, I mean, they're not going to, because Mendoza's... I don't fucking... Just fucking fuck my ass. God.
Kidnapped daddy appeals to Mendoza and says, "My daughter's so sweet, she's so good. She doesn't deserve to go to prison. She didn't mean any harm to nobody." He's not Southern. I'm just tired. So Mendoza shrugs and agrees to cover up the bank robbery.
And 5 murders?
Well, she doesn't know about the other 2 murders, but she doesn't know where the 3rd bank robber is.
No officer or agent of any kind worth their salt would ever do this.
No. They wouldn't. So, the protagonist is going to have to offer false testimony that the 3 kidnappers of the dad were the ones who robbed the bank and kidnapped her. So she is going to have to go through a whole trial. Mm-hmm. I guess it'd be maybe
commit perjury
because they're already dead. But yeah, she'll have to commit perjury. Even though she's a teenage girl, she is college age. She's legally an adult, so she's allowed to. Shut up. Oh my god. I'm dying. Okay, so they plant the gun from the bank, which Mom used to kill the guy, in the guy's hand? Why is it in his hand? What? Maybe, so it looks like they shot each other? I don't know.
Oh my god.
And again, tying things up with a neat little package of friendship bracelet. Mom walks over to friendly robber, takes off her friendship bracelet, puts it on the wrist of the lead bad dude. And the final scene of the movie, Mom, the dad, friendly robber, all have to leave because Mendoza came out here because she got a tip or whatever. Oh, right, Mendoza. So why does...
Isaac's having a revelation live. He's clutching his head and smacking himself because he's realizing that he gave this a 4 out of 10 and it's terrible.
Mom shot him with the gun from the bank robbery.
Uh-huh.
And I believe there were bullets fired from that gun, either, maybe not at the bank, maybe it was another gun at the bank, but definitely at the house of the drug dealers.
Yeah, of mean robber and boyfriend.
Right, yeah.
Now murder victims.
That gun was used to kill the lead guy, the lead bad guy.
Yes.
But now it's planted in his hand.
Yes.
And they're not playing it off as if they decided to kill each other amongst themselves, because Mendoza's there at the scene of the crime because she got a tip on where to maybe find these guys. She's gonna say she killed them all, even though the guy was shot twice in the torso from the gun he died holding. Well, shit. We're down to a 2. Down to a 2.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense.
Whew, boy. So Mendoza and the teenage girl, protagonist, are sitting there next to all the corpses, just shooting the shit. The other people had to leave because they weren't allowed to be there because Mendoza and teenage girl have to lie under penalty of perjury about committing multiple federal crimes. Whatever. While they're shooting the shit, teenage protagonist asks Mendoza, what would you have done if you were in Friendly Robber's situation? Mendoza laughs and shrugs. I probably would have robbed a bank. End of the movie.
So,
oh boy.
Agent Mendoza's the worst agent ever.
Secret Asian man. She pulls her mask off. She's actually an Asian man. It's actually Jackie Chan.
That'd be awesome. That'd make the movie awesome.
Great. Yeah, it really would.
Jackie Chan makes everything better.
It really does.
Even
Why
his
wasn't
bad
he in
movies
Schindler's
are good.
List? Why not?
Oh. Did I ever tell you about Schindler's List? I probably told this story 50 times.
Made you very sad because it's a terrible, tragic movie.
I went into it thinking this isn't going to do shit to me.
Yeah.
Bombed like an infant.
Just imagine if...
Him, crying would give it, trying to talk about selling his car and his pin. I've lost my goddamn mind.
Picture... What's his name? Ralph Fiennes? Is that how you say it? He played Voldemort, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you know him from the movie, right? Mm-hmm. Recast him, Jackie Chan.
It'd be a better movie, but I don't know if it'd be as heartwarming.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, wouldn't have the emotional punch, but it'd be better.
It'd have a Jackie Chan punch.
A lot of them.
Might be a better punch if we're comparing punches.
If Tarantino's ever doing another revisionist history on World War II, just having Jackie Chan punch the shit out of some Nazis would be pretty cool.
I would watch 5 hours of that with a smile on my face. Just make a movie. Just call it Jackie Chan Nazi Puncher. No explanation.
Oh, God.
He kicks in a door to Hitler's gigantic 20-floor mansion, and he just beats up Nazis for 2 hours on screen.
That would be awesome.
No story. Maybe he fucks a woman in the middle to mix it up, and then
right, yeah.
He seduces Ava Braun. He
yes.
rips out the heart of a Nazi and presents it to Ava Braun, and then she's like, "Oh, Jackie, that was French." And then then they fuck, and then he kills Hitler.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So
Oscars, we're coming. Roll out the red carpet.
That's a
Matt
better
Damon,
movie
Ben
than
Affleck,
Teenage
get out of the way.
So 4 out of 10 was your initial thought of this, huh?
That was my initial thought, and it's very. There's tons of cliche stuff. There's none of the acting's good. Sometimes you can forget how bad it is. It's not too in your face. Sometimes it's pretty annoying. It's super Lifetimey, and a lot of stuff is cliche. Just especially the general bank robbery, slow mo, and the $100 bills fluttering down. Fucking stupid. But there was enough twists and actual real foreshadowing, like with the footprints and her going into the house, even though it didn't really make sense, and her swapping the money. You
thought more. I mean, I didn't see it obviously, but you thought more of that than I did. That did not impress me. I think her shooting them. I think Friendly Robber shooting the other two. That surprised me. That sounded like it was a good twist.
And that whole their plan to rob them back, and then they sort of do the tease. We're not going to rob the same bank twice. There was enough stuff where a lot of it's stupid, but it sort of maybe leads you along, but then pulls you in a different direction. Yeah. I don't know. Kept you guessing more than I ever would have thought was possible for a Lifetime movie.
All right, I'll give you that, I guess.
So, of Lifetime movies, this is probably the cream of the crop. This is a 9 out of 10 for Lifetime movies.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out one day. I'm sure there's going to be more because I mean, the fact that we've just been talking about it and didn't even explain it, what a Lifetime movie is.
Oh, yeah, true.
Because it's kind of part of the cultural milieu.
Right, yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, well, especially younger listeners who
we might
really watch TV.
It just occurred to me now, we might, because Lifetime movie, I know exactly what you mean.
But yeah, so retrospectively, Lifetime is one of the worst channels on TV. It's basically Hallmark. The Hallmark channel's very similar.
But for mysteries, kind of.
Lifetime?
Yeah, for
it's not always
mysteries.
Drama. Yeah. It's usually your feel-good bullshit.
Heavily mother-based.
Yeah.
And heavily cheating husband-based.
Yeah, and it's all... a lot of it ends up being religious without being, like, too over the top, but there's big undertones of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's all relationships, a lot of, like, terrible rom-coms. But that's the thing with these Netflix movies, because I've had 2 movies now that are Lifetime movies, but it was very hard to find out they were. It wasn't
I didn't
obvious.
know either one was.
Yeah, both Perfect Sisters and this, and it doesn't show up like on their IMDb page or anything like that. Like for both of them, it just, and I forget exactly where I saw it, but it was just randomly in some part of my research on the internet. It was just one mention that they were Lifetime movies. So it's not like, oh, this big announcement or it's from Lifetime TV Productions or something.
Right.
Well, yeah, and they're all made for TV movies, so they're never in theaters.
No.
So there's that extra layer of definitely D-list actors, no time to shoot, no budget to shoot. That's why there's basically no fake blood in this movie where a bunch of people get shot.
And there's really no made-for-TV movies that are good. Some might be okay.
Yeah.
I can't think. I don't know if I've ever seen one. Like, I enjoyed the Psych movie, for example, which is a made-for-TV movie, but that also is on the heels of loving 9 seasons of Psych, so really, it was just basically another episode. It's hardly a movie. But yeah, I can't think of like just a straight up made for TV movie I've ever liked.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I can think of any good examples, but it depends what you're trying to do. I think a full fiction movie doesn't work. I think I've seen some biopics. Like I think there was one on Roger Maris, the baseball player, that was pretty good. But that's it's not quite the same. Because it's telling a true story, and it's just inherently you accept it's going to be more mundane because it's a true story.
Yeah.
So there's not going to be a shootout, probably. It's just the Jackie Robinson story or whatever. It's interesting, and you're drawn into it, but it's not, bank robbery.
Are you talking like a dramatic retelling or like a documentary? Because documentary is entirely different.
No, and where it's an actor playing the role. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. I don't know that I've seen any that are memorable. Maybe they might not be terrible, but I don't know that most of them are memorable.
Definitely. None of them are amazing. I can't remember any of them. Yet.
Exactly.
I remember enjoying some. I just don't know what they were.
Says a lot.
Yeah. Oh, but that's it for fucking teenage bank heists. Oh, Lord.
I thought that one would be worse. I thought for sure that one would be worse.
I was surprised that it wasn't. I mean, the opening. There's plenty of bad stuff, and the gunfight was terrible.
I want to see it. I want to see it compared to Code of Honor.
Minutes. It's pretty bad. But yeah, so let's put that in the past and let's move on to the future, because next week I'm making you watch a movie.
Oh God, fucking
and
damn it!
I saw this movie a while ago, but it was too close to another movie we've covered. So I needed to give a little breathing room. And on paper, there's 2 things you ought to love about this movie.
Isaac, I'm afraid we may have picked the same movie. I guess we'll find out.
Does one of them involve a monkey?
No. Okay.
Cool.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So, Larry, do you like monkeys?
If they're in suits.
Like a full-piece suit or just in clothes?
I mean, monkeys in clothes are great. A monkey in a suit is best monkey.
Okay. Monkey, he might put a suit on at some point, but he definitely wears clothes.
It's a fucking kid's movie.
The monkey talks.
Is this in the Air Bud universe?
Robert Vince directed this movie. Oh, Larry has gotten up and is pacing around the room in pure disgust and he's fallen on top of the bed. I think he's crying. He's come back to his chair now. His cheeks are wet with tears.
Is it most valuable primate?
It is not.
Is
Larry,
it most extreme primate?
What's your favorite sport?
Is it Russell Madness?
Yes!
Oh, God.
It is an Air Bud movie about wrestling.
The monkey wears clothes.
A Jack Russell Terrier is a professional wrestler.
Oh, this one's been on my radar. I've seen reviews of this.
It's too perfect for you.
It really is.
And we're going back into the Air Bud universe.
Wrestling's not a sport. It's
sports entertainment.
Yeah, let's not kid ourselves.
Well, I think
it's shit. I just love it.
I think the company is called Air Bud Entertainment, so the streams can cross.
I from what I know of Russell Madness, God, I think this one has even less connection to Air Bud, but it is in the universe. Yeah. It's done by Air Bud Entertainment, which I am calling the extended Air Bud universe. I fucking hate you.
Oh, you're welcome, sir.
I was thinking to myself, like, it's got to be some more Air Bud in here soon. I want to give him something. Beat me to it. Beat me by that much.
Sorry about it. I was looking for something, because I'd seen this right after we did Pup Star, but didn't want to do it too soon, and I kind of forgot about it, but I was just looking through movies to find one for you, and Russell Madness popped up with that fucking little monkey on the thumbnail, and oh, it's so good. And I dropped in and watched a wrestling match. Oh God. Holy God.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm interested to hear you call it play-by-play. You have to put on your inner Jerry the King Lawler.
God fucking damn it. I was afraid of this. I didn't realize it was on Netflix.
Ooh.
Because I knew this existed. When we were talking about the Air Bud universe in our special spaghetti episode, I specifically talked around it because I wanted to give it to you one day.
Oh, I'm so
God
sorry.
Damn it. Well, I have something for you in return for not next week, but the week after. God, fucking gotta talk about Robert Vince again, huh? It's him again, isn't it?
He directed it.
Yeah,
I don't think Spaghetti de Coco had anything to do with it. I don't know the writing credits.
Spaghetti de Coco is spinning like a top in his grave. He's still alive.
He's cashing those $11 checks every month from the sales of GoBuddy.
I haven't bought it yet. Yet, being the operative word.
Oh, God.
I intend to read it. I also intend to review Puchinsky. I haven't forgotten. It's been a very busy time.
We got to keep people teasing, or keep teasing people, whatever.
I'm also going to tell the Juggalo story.
Larry, our audience is going to be with us all the way through the Juggalos and the Jugga-Highs.
You're fired. Get out of my house.
You're welcome for that one. May that comfort you as you're trying to sleep tonight.
God, it's gonna. Well, I have something for you.
Ghostbusters?
What? I guess,
Is it Ghostbusters?
Yeah, you wish. I guess I knew Russell Madness existed, so let me look it up on Netflix and do it justice. Type Netflix into Netflix.
That sounds like a Penn Jillette movie.
I don't know who that is. No, I don't want to watch it now. Don't give me that Air Bud Entertainment shit. It's a spunky terrier named Russell with serious wrestling chops becomes a sports phenomenon with the help of his coach, a monkey named Hunk. It's the mummy spinning like a top. That monkey's talking. That dog is talking. Great, talking animals.
Oh, yeah. The only thing on IMDb for, like, fun facts or anything about this movie has to do with your only complaint.
Recycled footage?
Recycled monkey footage. Get ready for it.
How many little people did the monkey face rip the faces off of?
None on screen.
My question before and I don't. I'm gonna make myself a list, and I want you to make one too, which will go over the actual movie. How many actual wrestlers are in this movie? Because it's probably distressingly high.
I really hope none.
Oh, I guarantee you, there's many. Listen, small-time wrestlers do not do much.
That's a good point.
So, you will also be watching a children's movie.
Oh, lovely.
And I saw this and thought, okay, well, this looks bad. And I mean, it looks bad. But it stars a man I quite love.
Huh.
And I didn't... This is unintentional, but I actually just talked about him. He was one of the leading roles in the show Psych, which is a show I'm very, very, very fond of. Timothy Odmanson, who played Detective Carlton Laster. He also played Gallivant in the TV show Gallivant, which if you haven't seen it, it's fucking amazing.
What movie was he in?
And he was in a kids movie, and I thought, well, this can't be that bad. It's got Timothy Odmanson in it. I was like, you familiar with a little cartoon from the old back in the day called Woody Woodpecker?
I've heard of it. This is what I was thinking of. Is there a Woody Woodpecker movie?
Oh, there is.
Oh.
Guess when it was made?
Recently?
Last year.
No. What? Don't make an enemy out of a feathered friend. In a turf war, this zany bird plays to win. Through fair means or foul. Oh, they got a pun in there. I shouldn't complain about puns. That's the extent of my relationship with my wife.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I make puns and then she files for divorce.
It's astonishing she has not filed for divorce yet.
She always signs the papers in front of the roaring fire, so I can just throw the papers into the fire and smack her around a little.
And smack her around a little. My hero.
Well, gently. I put on the big one-finger foam gloves, so they don't leave marks.
Oh, yeah, there's a wrestler. God damn you. You're a bad person.
I never said I wasn't.
You're a bad person. You're going to dog hell.
Is dog hell cat heaven? Have we covered that? That's my theology.
So, how do we always do this with the fucking kids' movies?
I don't know. It's like when women live together and their menstrual cycles sync up.
I get to talk about Robert Vince again. The genesis of all evil. Hooray.
Oh, boy.
God damn it.
Was Woody Woodpecker one of the guys or cartoons that was originally voiced by Mel Blanc from Looney Tunes?
I honestly do not know much about Woody Woodpecker. I watched a couple minutes of this movie and I said, nope, that'll do. That'll do it. That's sufficiently awful.
I liked my life knowing nothing more about Woody Woodpecker other than he was the float that Mr. Pitt wanted to be under in Seinfeld for the Thanksgiving parade. That's all I knew about him, and that for maybe another week or so until I watch this movie, that'll be the turning point of my life, the before and after. So, when everything goes downhill,
I'm glad I'll be the one to facilitate the downfall.
Yeah, in a year or two, I'm homeless and or in prison. We'll know what happened. I learned the truth of Woody Woodpecker.
I know what I'm getting you away for Christmas. A fire extinguisher.
No! That's my only hope!
I'm looking up pictures of Russell Madness and Pump Stars coming up. Fucking A!
Oh, there's no hiding from it, Larry.
My fucking ballsack.
Oh, boy.
Can we end this, please?
We sure can. So, yeah, stay tuned for the next couple weeks because they're going to be interesting. And thank you so much for listening to this week. We really love every listener we get. We appreciate you hanging out and spending time with us. And if you want to interact with us on social media, that's Facebook and Twitter, both at Bowels of Netflix. We'd also love if you send us an email, bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com. If you have any thoughts, feelings, impressions of any of these movies, if you've seen them, or just feedback for us on the show, any of that would be great. And please rate and subscribe. And if you want to suggest us to any of your podcast listening friends or foes, we're great ear torture.
It's true.
please recommend. And quick shout out to Kevin MacLeod from Compotech.com, where we get all our awesome music. If you have any creative projects, you can go over to his website and get some of his cool music from Creative Commons license, which means you don't have to pay anything. You just have to give him credit in your work.
Yeah.
And thanks so much for listening. And stay tuned, because we will be back next week, whether we like it or not. And
we
whether
don't.
you like it or not.
We don't like it. No one likes it. Everyone hates it.
Yep.
Everyone sucks. Leave me alone.
We'll try to survive till next week. Bye-bye.
Smile you later.